Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof, proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof, proof. Kick the truth to the young black youth. Proof, proof.
How's everybody doing? It's the Proof Podcast Show, and I go by the name of Sion 919. I'm very excited about today's show because we got a very talented artist in the building. She's originally from Connecticut. She's in LA right now. New single Brown Skin out on all platforms. I'm very excited about this interview. So without any further ado, let's welcome her to the stage. She goes by the name of Ariaa. How you doing today?
Hi, how are you? I'm excited to meet with you today.
Yo, that's dope right there. I see you doing big things. For the people that may not know, let's let them know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Ariaa. I'm originally from Connecticut. I moved to Los Angeles 6 years ago to pursue my dreams in music and dance. I actually was a professional dancer for a while too. But yeah, I love music. I'm goofy. I like to laugh, and that's pretty much it. I'm just always like, what's next with the music? What's next with the music?
Yeah, and that's the thing, and you're doing big things right now. So let me ask, let's take it back to the beginning. How did you first get introduced to music, and how did you fall in love with dance?
Yeah, so my dad was actually, well, he's still a singer, and my brother as well. So he was actually signed to Warner Brothers back in the day, and he had this group called the Gables,
Wow.
and they were like an R&B group. You know, back in the day, everyone had a group.
Right.
But yeah, I basically grew up in the studio. We had a home studio. I was always there, always around music. My brother is phenomenal. Like he plays every single instrument. He makes beats from scratch. He sings. He does in 2 seconds. Like it's
Wow.
kind of like in my blood, you know. And then my mom was a professional dancer as well. So I kind of just like was born into it. I got
Wow.
them good genes.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. So let's talk about some of your early experiences. Which ones stand out the most, like when it comes to music, and then what's some of your early experiences with dance that stands out the most to you?
Yeah, I kind of like always stood at the back end. I always knew I loved to sing, but because my brother, he was older and he was so good, I kind of like kept it in the back, you know. But I
Right.
always loved it. And one day I was like, well, let me just get in the studio with him and see how it sounds. And I was like 12, 13, and I still have the song to this day. It's called Who the Hell Are You? And
Wow.
I sound so good to be, to be 12 and like never done it before. And I think that was the moment when I was like, yeah, I really want to do this. Like I love it. I love performing. I've always loved performing. I wasn't like one of those kids who want to go play. Like I'm like, no, buy me a karaoke machine because I want to be a superstar. Like it was always just that was me always.
Wow. That's dope right
Yeah.
there. So let me ask, what were some of your inspirations? Like, what people did you like coming up? Like, what were some of the people that stood out to you? Some of the singers.
That's a good one. I really like Brandy.
Brandy.
I always tell people like performance wise, I love Beyonce because I'm a performer. Like I'm a perform, I'm a dance, I'm a sing, like I'm gonna make you feel something. So as far as like work ethic, her and Chris Brown, I'm like, okay, Usher, like I'm that type of artist. Like I'm not gonna come just sing a song. And that's why I'm excited for this journey because people probably hear brown skin, they don't know I could dance or they don't know I do other type of music too. So I'm just excited for this journey as an artist.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing right there. You got the single out now, Brown Skin is doing big things. I seen something on the Instagram, Queen's Flip, Joe Budden's podcast. How did that
Yeah.
feel? Like, how did that feel? And, starting your journey, like to accomplish that, how did that feel right now?
It's crazy because when it happened, one of my close friends, Banga, who really helps me a lot, like with my music and stuff, he's like blowing me up at like 3 in the morning. Like, and I'm like, I woke up at 6 a.m. with a whole bunch of calls from him. I'm like, oh my God, who died? That was like my
Right.
first instinct, you know? And he was like, yo, Joe Biden, they played you on the podcast. And it was just crazy. Like, it was a rewarding feeling.
Right. All right, we're going to jump to a video. Okay, you back. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
All right.
Yeah, but it's crazy because that morning, I believe in God. This is just me, I know other people believe in other things, but
Right.
that same morning, I was trying to like get on like an R&B, like a big R&B page, and like I kept commenting on morning like play Ariaa Brownskin, play Ariaa Brownskin, and they just didn't, and I felt so defeated that day, and it's crazy because the same day like Timberland like added me to his live and told me I'm dope. And then that same night they played me on Joe Budden podcast. And that's why I feel like you just got to be patient. Whatever for you is going to be for you. So I just feel accomplished because I do work hard and I put a lot of pressure on myself too. So to see that happen like was super dope and more success to come.
All right, and that's the thing right there. Good start for you. So you said you started out dancing first, then got into the music. What type of styles dance, and what were some of the highlights of your dance career so far?
So I wouldn't say I danced first. I think I loved music first, but again, like when you're in school and all the kids are dancing, you want to dance too. But I did fall in love with that. But I did every style. I was a choreographer for a while. I still like I don't dance now, like I don't pursue it. Like if I'm gonna dance, I want it to be my tour.
Right.
But I've taught in many different states out here. I didn't really go to audition or anything because I never wanted to dance for nobody. I'm like, I'm not background,
Right. Wow.
And like I've always felt that way. Even if you like see some of my dance clips, they're in the archive. Like I literally like put them in the archive. But I'm always like, I'm a standout. Like, and that's how I know like I'm just supposed to be an artist.
Right. And that's the thing. So let's talk about making the transition from dancer to artist. How was that transition? Was it easy for you or was it hard?
God works in mysterious ways because like I had moved to Florida. I was like, I just gotta leave LA. I've never been to Florida. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Florida, and I was teaching at a dance studio out there. And I already said like I want to start my music career this year, and that was in 2019. Mind you, I've been writing for years. Like I always wrote music, but I went to Florida and I started recording in like somebody's closet. It sounds terrible too. Like they were like Full Sail students, Full Sail University.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I had went to a dance convention, and I tore my Achilles. Like so, I had to have surgery, and
Right.
I was out for a year. And I feel like that's when I was like, okay, this is a sign. Like it's time for me to really, because I still dance to this day, but I'm not the same. Like I can't jump like I used to or run like I used to. It's getting there, and I know how to finesse because I'm a professional. But like this was my sign where it was like, okay, it's time for you to dive deeper into music.
Wow. And that's the thing. I hear you mentioning God a lot. In a situation like that, you tear your Achilles. It's your dream, choreographer, professional dancer. A lot of times people hit those brick roads and they hit these bricks and they feel like it's over for them. You seen it as, yo, this is a sign. Maybe I need to go harder. Maybe I need to switch my direction. What's going through your mind now? You said for a year you had to recover. You're down. What's going through your mind? And like, just walk me through that process. What was that like for you?
It was definitely because when it first happened, they said it was a sprain. But like after a month, I'm like, nah, this is not a sprain. I can feel my bone outside. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And when I end up getting MRI and the doctor said it was Achilles and it take a year, like I'm not gonna lie, like it was definitely a tough moment, but I feel like it definitely did make me stronger. Again, I feel like everything happens for a reason. It made me get stronger into fitness. Like before, I gained 70 pounds from that injury.
Wow.
And, from being like super in shape and working super hard, like it was easier back then. So that was a different mindset that I had to, like a different level of discipline that came from tearing my Achilles and then learning how to walk and doing physical therapy, learning how to read dance again on my foot. And it's all mental. So I feel like I definitely matured from that injury. It sucked, but I don't know. I think that I wouldn't be who I am today without it happening. So,
Without that happening. And that's the thing. So let me ask, how important is your spirituality? How important is your relationship with God? Dark moments like that where it feels like, yo, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. What got you through it? And how important was your relationship with God?
it's funny because I always talk about God with my friends, like, and you remember when you were little and you used to fall asleep in church, and it's like you never knew that you would have a moment in your life. Like, you always believed in God, but when you finally reach that moment where you have a relationship with Him, it's like a switch and it's crazy. And I really feel like I wouldn't be where I've been through a lot,
Right.
and I wouldn't be where I am without Him. And it's to the point now where like something can happen, like I'm always gonna be like, no, God got me, and still thank Him and still be grateful for Him. And I think that's what's most important. Sometimes bad things happen and people automatically blame Him, and it's not that. Sometimes He puts you through certain lessons in life so that you can grow and be a better person and get ready for what He has planned for you.
Wow. And that's real right there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like having that relationship and trusting Him, even when it's hard.
Mhm.
A lot of
Mhm.
times it's like it's easy to trust Him when everything's going good.
Yeah.
But when it's not going good, it's like sometimes be able to stand firm on your faith. So let me ask, like going through some of the toughest things that you ever had to go through, looking back now, where you are today, what would you say to yourself then in the toughest moment that Ariaa had to face in her life? What advice would you give her?
Man, I can't wait to drop this one song so you guys can really know the things I've been through. But when I first moved to LA, it was tough. I was basically like teenage, and like going through all the nights in my room, like crying, just feeling like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like I've had those moments, like, and I don't know, like sometimes, like looking back at those times, I still get butterflies from just thinking back of where I was before. And I would honestly just tell my younger self, like, girl, you good.
Okay.
Like you're good. Like relax. Like you don't have to stress. Like, but you gotta go through those moments make you stronger again. Like I'm very mature, you know what I mean? I'm very communicative. Like I know how to deal with my emotions. I'm very like emotionally like mature. And it wouldn't be if I didn't have those moments in my life, I wouldn't be here.
Nah, and
So
that's real right there. That's a fact right
yeah.
there. So let me ask you, when it comes to your inspiration, where do you draw your inspiration from? And what influences your music and your sound?
I can pull from all different. Right now, I'm really loving Jasmine Sullivan. Like her vocals are crazy.
Right,
So, and I love how she got that soul, but she still can like make it new school as well. Because you do have to stay up to date in time. No
right.
matter how much, you want to stick to the 90s R&B, you got to move with time. So, I would say like vocally, her. Um, and then like honestly, Chris Brown, he's people don't understand how talented Chris Brown is. He
Right.
can sing any song, dance, perform, like, so I draw like that type of stuff. I want to be that artist where they're like, yeah, when Aria comes, she's coming to eat. Period. Like, no, whatever I drop is gonna be fire. Like, whenever I perform, like, obviously you're not perfect, but it's still like I'm always like trying to get better. always. And you have to have that mindset in anything you do, not only as an artist, but in life in general. Like you always want to move a step up.
You gotta
So
move up, gotta keep evolving. So,
yeah.
so let me ask you, yo, because you do a lot. You're a performer, entertainer, singer, songwriter. Let me ask, what part of the process do you enjoy the most? Is it the writing? Is it the recording? Or is it the performance for you?
That's hard because it's all of it, but I really enjoy being at the studio and
At the studio
recording.
and recording.
Yeah, like I enjoy performing too, but performances can low key get stressful.
Right.
Like hair, makeup, rushing here, rushing there. If you got dancers, like having to deal with them. Obviously, once you hit that moment on stage, like you're free. I feel free and I feel like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. However, like when I'm in a studio, it's like I'm just like, that's my therapy. And I don't do the whole, I know some like people have like 50 people in the studio.
Right.
It's literally just me and my engineer locked into the studio and just vibing, laughing, joking, like trying new things. And I think that's literally like my safe haven is being at the studio.
Wow. And that's the thing. It's almost like freedom is expressing yourself. It's almost
Hmm.
like therapeutic a lot of times
Yep.
for a lot of people. So let me ask,
Hmm.
what's one of the most powerful sessions? Like if you had to pick two, let's do two. If you had to pick two sessions where the magic happened, and it's like, wow, like yo, I can't believe we created this. What would be those two moments for you in the studio?
It would definitely have to be, one of them would definitely have to be brown skin. I
Bronson.
feel like brown skin from off the bat, like definitely went in and changed stuff because I'm just that person. I'm overly critical over myself. So, but it was like since day one, it already sound radio ready. Like the harmonies, everything. Like we just went in, laid the vocals like in like an hour, and it was just like, oh my God. And that was the first time I recorded with that specific engineer. Now he's like my main engineer. So I definitely think like that was a moment. And then the other one is definitely when I first went to the studio with my dad and brother when I was
Wow.
13. Like, you know, it was a moment where I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I want to do this and I'm going to do this. So, yeah.
Wow. And that's the thing right there. It's like seeing it, you having your moment with your family. That had to
Hmm.
be special. Your dad done it. Your dad was a musician. Your brother being a musician. So how proud were you now? It's your moment. You record your song. What was your response and how did that feel? And what did they say?
They're super proud. My dad and my mom been telling me to do music because I was like always writing and they knew I knew how to sing, but I was just always chasing after dance because dance was fun, all my friends were doing it. So, as a kid, you want to go where your friends are. You don't want to be alone in the studio, like so they're super happy. Like my dad, he shares every single thing on Facebook and it's fun. It's funny being in the studio with my dad when I'm home because he's so like old school, but he's super hip to like new school. He's super hip to like music and he'll be in there like, no, do this riff. And then I'll do it. And my brother, he's making me a beat right now. That man is talented. I'm always like, can you please just move to LA? Even if you don't want to pursue music anymore, like just you would make so much money. He can make a beat in 2 seconds off
Wow.
of instruments.
Off an instrument.
Yes,
Any instrument.
like any instrument. He plays every single instrument, right? Even since he was 5, he wrote his first song. Like so I know that like my brother, he's like happy for me and like loves what I'm doing. But I honestly want the same for him too. Like I want the whole family, even my dad. I know he had his moment when he was like on BT and stuff, but he still loves it. He in
Wow.
his 50s and he at the studio every day. My mom's like, come home.
He's working on his craft.
Yep, always
Wow.
working.
Wow. So let me ask you, yo, how was it to train your voice, to get your voice where it is? Because you have range. What was that process like? Because a lot of people think I could just sing, I'm gonna just do it. How much work did you have to put in and how
Oh
was that
boy.
process like?
I'm still putting in the work and honestly, like it was a transition because when I was younger and I was singing more, I had a higher tone. But you hear my voice. It's kind of I'm an alto, so it's lower now. So I had to relearn how to use my voice because I was trying to write in a higher tone and like a soprano, and I wasn't a soprano anymore. My voice changed, and I'm still working on it, but I feel like I'm finally like tapped in. Like I know my range, I know my voice, and I'm constantly working. I feel like it's important to like get vocal coaching in anything you do. Like you should always try to learn and get better. Like I'm sure the greats still do vocal classes.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah, so I'm still like just I want to be like effortless. Like, you know what I mean? And it's getting there. Like I remember when I first started recording again, I was having moments when I was pitchy all the time. I was flat, like, and I'm like, what is going on? You know?
Right.
And sometimes I wouldn't hear it. And I'm just like, I'll listen back and I'm like, yo, that's flat. And then the people around me are like, that's flat. And I love that, and I feel like that's why it's important. You should surround yourself by people who tell you the truth, because I wouldn't be where I am now. Now, if because it happens, like an artist can be flat by an accident if you breathe incorrectly. You know what I mean? If
Right.
I'll hear it instantly, like no, run that back. You know, like. But now it's like I'm at a point where it's like I know my voice, I know my range, I have vocal control, and still working.
That's the thing, and I'm glad you said that. So let me ask, what's your favorite song to sing and perform?
See, I'm not a cover type of girl, but if I had to pick like that one song I'm always going to sing, it's probably Beyonce Halo. I'm always
Halo?
singing that. Yeah.
You always sing that?
Yeah. But unfortunately, I have bronchitis, so I can't sing right now. I'm like, I was like, he probably going to ask me to sing. But yeah, last week I had another interview. I had to cancel it because I had
Right.
bronchitis, and it's like still here.
Right, right. Now I
So,
get it. And that's the thing, it's
yeah.
important. That's the thing. Like a sickness right there can throw it off. So
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, we praying that you get better, you know. So let's
Thank
talk
you.
about the single. What inspired the single Brown Skin and how did you come up with it?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of women, like if you really like listen to Brown Skin, it might sound like, okay, this is just a sensual song. Like she's just talking spicy. But honestly, a lot of women go through the point where it's like their man is like, or whoever they're dealing with is kind of selfish in the bedroom. You know what I mean? or or like they're left unsatisfied in the bedroom, and I feel like that's something that people there needs to be an open conversation in relationships, or if you just like messing around with somebody, like a lot of men are selfish, so I felt like I needed to write that.
Wow.
So
Wow. So let me ask, did you have the beat first or did you have the concept? How did the song first come about?
I literally had the beat and I literally wrote it in 10 minutes. It
In
was
10
literally
minutes.
just, yeah, it was literally like something that happened so naturally.
Wow. So now you write it. You get to the studio, you record it. Did you expect the song to take off the way that it's taking off now?
Yes. I
You do.
did. I did, and I feel like it's gonna get bigger. And that's not even me being cocky, but for a while, like I read this book called Power of Awareness. I don't know if you ever heard of that,
Nah,
but
break it down.
yeah, so it's basically like, sorry, I'm like, it's basically like speaking stuff into existence. Stop saying like if somebody compliments you, take the compliment. Don't be like, oh no, or I'm trying, or And I've done that a lot because I'm humble, and
Right.
I'm like, I'm always like, oh no, I'm trying, or this could be better. But I'm like, after reading that, I got into a point where it's like, I'm gonna speak it into existence. I'm gonna be confident in what I do, and like I am critical of myself, but like I knew that people were gonna love brown skin, and it's still going up. And I'm just praying, like the world can see brown skin and all the other music that I'm about to drop.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I first heard it, my honest response, I thought it was a song that was on the radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. Like I'm like, yo. So as I'm listening to it, I start researching, and I'm like, okay. I'm thinking like, yo, like it's a major release song.
Mhm.
You tapped into it's like a neo soul type of vibe. It's
Mhm.
sexy, but it's also like something you could just ride around and vibe out to. Did you know that when you heard the beat, like, yo, I got me one? Or like after the song came about, when did you know, like this song right here can do it?
Literally, like the day I wrote it, I had called my friend. So I'm always calling my friend, like, listen to what I just wrote, and I'll sing it for him. And then I'm just when I heard it, I'm like, nah, this is fire. And I'm kind of like slick with my writing. Like it might give you old school vibes, but I still got that new school vibe in there as well. Like I feel like it's a balance. Like I need that 90s vibe, you know what I mean? But I also need that new school, you know, because I'm in that's my age range. I'm in like both, you know. So I like if you hear the second verse, that's kind of like a newer school type second verse, you know, but then the first verse is very neo soul and the chorus is very like old school, jagged edge, you know, influence, stuff like that. But I feel like as soon as I wrote it, I'm like, no, this is gonna be a hit.
Wow. And that's the thing. And you got your one. You definitely got it. It's a solid song. I would definitely
Thank
co-sign it.
you.
Let me
Thank
ask
you.
you, shooting the video, what was the concept and what was that process like?
It's crazy because I shot two music videos before this for different songs that I was gonna drop. Well,
Right.
one for Temporary Love, and that was like a long time ago, and then another one. And I didn't drop none of them because it wasn't how I wanted. And
Right.
typically, I want to like what I want is a Chris Brown budget. You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
you.
So what I really want, I can't do. You know, and I originally had a different concept for brown skin, but I was like, you know what, like this is too much. The song is so good, I don't have to do that much. I'm just gonna do one location. I don't want dancers this time. I don't want an actor this time. I just want it to be me, especially because it's kind of like I know I have Temporary Love out, but that was when I was like first kind of like getting back into it. Like I think this is really like my debut. Like
Wow.
this is who I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
My first music video. So I thought it was important for people to just see who is she? You know what I mean? Put the face to the voice. And I was like, I'm gonna be simple this time. And I probably won't do any more music videos until I'm like signed and have the budget because
Right.
with social media, you can do 30 days worth of content and promote your song that way. You don't have to spend 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 on a video. You know what I mean? I feel like I got my one video now because that would always stop me from dropping the songs. I'm like, okay, I need this for the video. I need that. And it's just a waste of time.
Right.
So,
No. And that's
yeah.
the thing right there. How important is the promotion and the marketing of the song? Because a lot of people, they may drop 50 records. They may not promote them. They may not, they may spend a month on it. They on to the next one. How important is the marketing and the promoting of the singles?
That's probably the most important thing. You could be trash. And if you have the right marketing behind you can go viral and a label will call you like, let me sign you. I mean, I'm sure we've seen it with a few artists. It's like, oh, like I know a lot of artists that get upset when certain artists are rising and they feel like they're not as talented as they are, you know. But
Right.
it's like it's a consumer type of thing. You know what I mean? Like if the consumers like it and you're viral and the labels can make money off of you, it doesn't matter. You could be singing about McDonald's fries, and if it's viral on TikTok, like it's sad because back then you could just be talented and have
Right.
artist development, and they'll put money behind you. It's not like that anymore.
No, no, no.
So I would say marketing is important, and that's what we're big on. Like, if you want to be big, you got to invest into yourself.
Right. And
It's
that's
like when you used to, yeah, like when you used to pass out flyers back in the day, like you gotta apply pressure. Like you gotta like let people know like this is my song, this is who I am. Like you want to listen. So
right. And that's true. So let me ask you, what things have you learned along the way when it comes to marketing and promotion? What are some mistakes that some artists make?
I think like not first of all, like I watch a lot of like lives and people like would submit their songs like for people to play them on live, like for music reviews, and it's like first impression is everything. So
Right.
don't post a song that's not done. You know what I mean? Or not mixed or not mastered. People want to see that you're ready. Cuz
Right.
it's like what can they do with that? Like quality over quantity. Don't drop 100 songs on an album. Don't drop 50 songs or a song every week. You know what I mean? Like drop good quality, push that, and then drop something else. Like I can easily go dropping a song every week, but I'm
Right.
trying to push what I got out now, and then it's all about the rollout. To be honest,
It's all about the
your
rollout.
rollout. Hmm.
it'll make or break you. And that's the thing. And you're doing it right. You're doing it the right way. So is it you alone, or do you have a team? Like, what's going on behind the scenes? Behind Ariaa, the music. What's going on behind the scenes?
People think I have a team too, because it's like the marketing has been like super fire. But no, like I have my one friend, Benga, like we're literally like on the phone every day, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do today, like this. And that's the type of people like that you want around you, like people that support you. And I'm big on that. I support my friends. Anything you need, like I'm constantly like, do this, bigging them up. And he's definitely that person for me. And he's honestly, like, he's helped a lot in this process with brown skin. Like, I couldn't thank him enough for that. But there's no team yet. It's just us, but soon come.
Soon come. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Salute the Banger. You said Banger?
Yes.
Salute the Banger, because y'all doing it. Y'all making it happen. So let me ask, performance-wise, are you doing some performances?
Yes, I actually have a show coming up May 10th in Los Angeles at the Peppermint Club. It's going to be 4 other headliners. It's a ladies' night, R&B night. And yeah, the girls, like, they're super dope too. So I'm excited, to sing with them.
Wow. So that's the thing right there. So what can people expect in the future? The single Brown Skin is out right now. What can people expect in the near future from you?
Yeah, so around like May, I'm going to drop another single. I don't know what the vibe is going to be. I'm definitely an R&B head, but just know, like, I have different, it's not always the same. So just stay tuned for that. And I'm definitely looking to drop a project probably like end of summer, God willing.
Wow. So do you have a title for it yet, or to be announced later?
To be announced. Okay. I'm picky. Like, I could have a title today and it's different tomorrow.
And change it up tomorrow. So that's the thing. I want to talk a little bit more, but I want to play the single right now because I want the people to see what you're doing, because you're actually putting in the work and it's paying off. So at this point, I'm gonna have you introduce the video. We're gonna jump into that, and then we're gonna talk a little bit and wrap it up after that, if that's cool.
Of course. So this is my single that I just dropped, Ariaa Brown Skin. It is available on all platforms. You can follow me at It's Ariaa Official, and the link is in my bio. Check it out.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Ooh. Damn. I really wish this could last forever. Can we take it slow? Ooh, come davini. You can
All right, and we're back. We're talking to Ariaa. That was the single Brown Skin right there. So let me ask, who shot the video?
Yeah, his name is Snoop. He's super amazing. That was a good shoot. It was very intimate too. So
Wow.
I like
And
that. Mhm.
that's the thing. It's like, yo, it looks very professional. Like you said, you had done a few before, so you knew what you wanted going in. What was the
Mhm.
process like shooting that video real quick? Like, what was that like? And what was your response when you seen the final project?
Yeah, so it was literally just me, Snoop, my movement coach. I had a movement coach in there. So she was there, and then like the lighting guys. And honestly, it was funny. I got super like drunk by accident. So that was like the like because you see the wine scene, right?
Right.
And that was something I learned. Like if you have a scene like that, just put juice or something in the bottle because I'm a lightweight. I don't drink like that. So, like drinking 2 cups of wine, like I'm gonna get drunk. So if you look back at the video and like my hands are up like this, I was super drunk. I think that was the only like thing that kind
Wow.
of threw me off because I felt like I couldn't control, you know what I mean? I couldn't control my performance, but I heard it worked. It made it look like more natural, you
It
know.
did.
But besides that, yeah, we started right away, ended, and honestly, like I was just super. That was the first time I was happy about a video.
Wow. And that's the thing. You got a good project right there. You got a good
Hmm.
product. You got a good sound, and the visual matches the video.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
that's very important.
yeah.
So let me ask, right? Leading up until now, right? If you had to describe your journey, put it in your words. What has your journey been like to get where you are today?
It might sound like kind of cliche, but it definitely has been like a roller coaster ride. As I kind of mentioned before, like I went through a lot when I first moved to LA, and I feel like a lot of my peers did because LA is a tough place to be.
Right.
Especially being like across the country from your family and just not being used to like the West Coast vibe. Um, but honestly, like it's definitely been a roller coaster, but I finally feel like I've reached the bottom of the like in a good way. You know what I mean? Like I'm finally off the ride. Like I finally feel like happy mentally, like just stable, like peaceful, like motivated. Like I'm like more than ever, like I finally feel like free in a sense,
Right.
and just happy, just genuinely happy, and nothing like can really like affect me. I'm always like, okay, I can't control this. Like, what can I do to fix that? And I feel like this journey, like, that's the most important thing. And I feel like now I can be a better artist.
Wow. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
How did you balance your personal life, being an artist, and things happen in life? How do you balance it? How do you separate the two? How do you stay motivated and keep going?
Yeah, honestly, like I just pray or I'll talk to my close friends, if I need to. I feel like you should definitely have those healthy conversations. We're all human.
Right.
Balancing music and personal is kind of like non-existent right now, and that's not good and it's not okay because you should give yourself time to be a human.
Right.
Like I always preach that to people, like be a human, like don't work, 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 but that's what I love to do. So I'm at a point right now, so I really don't want to go out. I don't want to party. If it doesn't have anything to do with networking or like music, I don't want to go. It's not safe out here, and I'm super scary. I'm like a homebody, so I'm just like, if it don't have nothing to do with that's something that's gonna make me elevate or make my peers elevate, I'm really not interested.
Yeah. And that's real right there. Use focus. A lot of times
Hmm.
people lose focus. They get caught up in the entertainment life and they forget about putting in the work. So that's a good
Hmm.
thing. That's a good way to be. You said if it's not
Hmm.
involving me, if it's not benefiting my circle,
Hmm.
I don't have time for it right now. So you're sacrificing now to have the benefits later. So
Hmm.
for the people that's watching, any up and coming artists that may be watching the show right now, what advice would you give them?
I would just tell them to keep going. Be authentic to you. You're gonna have so many like opinions about your music and about your career. You should do that. You should write this way. You should sing this way. You should look like this. You should dress like this. And of course, like critique, like healthy criticism is always great. but still like do what you want, because at the end of the day it's your art and you have to be happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, you're not going to be able to keep going. So I just say like do you.
Stay focused. That's the thing. That's the
Hmm.
thing right there. So with the internet, social media, a lot of pressure. A lot of people getting, depressed. A lot of people is like a lot of pressure
Yeah.
to stay, a certain size. You got to sound this way. Sex sells. All these types of things. How important is staying authentic to your craft? And how do you not get distracted with what's trending right now? Or this is what everybody else is doing. How do you stay in your zone?
Yeah, honestly, that was something that held me back for a while because again, I tore my Achilles and I gained like 70 pounds and I wasn't used to being thicker, you know? And I was like, oh, I gotta lose weight first. I gotta lose weight first. And until this day, I'm always like, I need to be healthy. It's, of course, I want to look good, but it's about being healthy. But time doesn't wait on no one. If you got good music or if you're talented at what you do, they're gonna love you regardless, no matter how you look. So don't wait until you're perfect. You're never ready for anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then like with social media, like don't take it serious. You got to look at social media like a business. That's your resume now.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's your audition. Like you know how back then you used to audition in front of labels? They don't do that no more. It's your social media. They're gonna look at your social media. So like I know some people be like, I need to take a break. I need a social media cleanse. Like you could control what you see on your social media.
Right.
You could filter to if you want to just see positive quotes or just people that inspire you, you can do that. But you need to post on social media. Like you need that's your resume at the end of the day. So you get to it. And even if you have to do like 30 days worth of content, get a videographer, shoot 10-second, 15-second like real videos just so you could post every day. Then you don't have to worry about shooting every day, especially for women who gotta like get cute and like if that's too much for you, just shoot for 30 days, shoot 30 days worth of content once a month and you'll be good.
Wow. And that's a jewel right there. Definitely. Get enough content, you can spread it out. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Some people shoot 30 days worth of content, put it out in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just 15 videos the first day, 15 videos the
Yeah,
next day.
no.
Now don't do that. You got to space it out.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, final thoughts. Ariaa official. Let's pull the site up. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what's going on with you.
Yeah, so please follow me on Instagram. It's Ariaa Official with 2 A's. So ITSARAAOFFICIAL. I'm also on Twitter, but it's just Ariaa Official on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok because I'm trying to get my TikTok up. I'm really like not really. I'm getting into it, but I'm not a TikTok person. I'm more of an Instagram person. But please follow me on Twitter at it's Ariaa Official. And yeah, like just please follow me because I'm gonna drop some more fire, some more heat, and you're gonna see more content from me. And I just hope that I can inspire some of you guys to keep going and keep chasing your dreams because you got it.
Wow. And that's the thing. So when people think of Ariaa, when your name is mentioned, what do you want attached to your name? How do you want people to remember you? How do you want people to think of you when Ariaa is mentioned in the conversation?
Greatness.
Greatness. Greatness.
Yeah.
Wow. So okay, we're gonna wrap it up right here. But let me ask before I let you go, what's 2 of the most powerful things that you've learned along your journey?
Yes. Take care of your mental health.
Mental
That's
health.
important. You know what I mean? Like meditate, pray, find the things that give you peace. Because if you're not good mentally, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to find love. You're not going to find love in your career. You're not going to do anything. So mental health is important. Give yourself time to feel. It's okay to cry. It's okay to vent to your friends. But mental health is definitely one. And then another thing is that time doesn't wait for no one. So put in the work. Don't worry about no guys or no girls or relationships. Like that stuff is not important. Literally just worry about you. Focus on you. You need to be like your number one priority. Love yourself so much that you don't need nobody else.
Wow. And that's real right
Yeah.
there. Love yourself. A lot of times, take care of your mental health. And that's dope right
Mhm.
there. So let me ask, as the projects come out, as you drop the singles, right? Would you come back up here and give us an update? Was the interview okay?
Of course, of course. I loved it. Thank you so much. This is actually like my first actual interview. So
Wow.
that's what you, and I'm gonna come back when I'm like famous and stuff, and I'm gonna be like, hey, remember me? So thank you so much, for asking me to be a part of this. It was super fun, and yeah, I loved it.
I definitely appreciate you, and I definitely see potential, and I know you're going to go far. So if you have any shout outs or final words, you can give that. And I know you said you're a prayer. So pray, we're going to close with a prayer today. Send your shout outs,
Okay.
and then we'll close it out with a prayer. And again, this is Ariaa Brown Skin out on all music platforms right now. Be sure to support. And again, thank you from the proof. Anything that we can do to help you, just reach out to us, and we definitely got your back, yo. So we turn it over to you. It's Ariaa. Y'all support.
Yes. So I just want to give a shout out to you for having this amazing platform and giving us artists, a platform to just tell you guys about ourselves, and for you guys as the users to get to know us. I definitely want to shout out my engineer, Darius. He's amazing. The studio I recorded at Golden Impala. Definitely Benga. I've mentioned him a few times. Like, thank you for all that you do. And just all my friends and family like that support me along the way and share my video, the people that just even commented or just liked, like, just thank you so much for your support. Like, I truly appreciate it.
That's dope. Dope right there. Dope. So you can close it with the prayer, and right after that, we up out of here.
Okay, okay.
I hate to
All
put you on
right.
the spot like that, but prayer.
I know. I'm
We all about prayer. We all about God on this platform right here. So anytime that we have an opportunity, you never know. Somebody may be nervous. They may not know how to pray. Seeing you do it, like, well, if she can do it, I can do it. You never know
See, I
how you
never
might touch
prayed out
somebody.
loud before. Usually it's by myself. But okay, this is
Wow.
a little challenge.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, God, for allowing us to live another day. I pray that you bless everyone that is watching this podcast. I pray that you forgive those who sin. I pray that you allow everyone to be authentic within themselves. I pray that you keep us safe. And I just want to thank you for always being there for all of us. And thank you so much for everything that you do. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you for forgiving us for our sins. And I pray that you just keep us safe and keep everybody going and bless everybody. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Amen. And again, salute to
Amen.
you. Much success. And I know you'll go far. I'm excited about your journey. I'm excited about where you're going. Keep going. Don't get distracted. You're doing you're making the right moves. Keep doing that. And I know you'll reach far. And again, much love to you. I appreciate you coming up here. I want to send a shout out to everybody that's watching the show, whether you watched it on the live or you watched the playback. We appreciate you. And again, thank y'all for tuning in, because without the fans, we're nothing. Be sure to check her out. It's Ariaa Official on Instagram, Ariaa Official on Twitter. Check out Brown Skin on all platforms. The video is out right now. And again, we thank y'all for the viewers, and have a blessed night. We thank everybody for tuning in, and we up out of here, yo. All right,
Bye.
all right.